Hey everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today, I am here in Beloit, Wisconsin, the city where I was born. I am at Wisconsin's oldest disc golf course in order to play a 9-hole challenge using only the stack of discs from the 80s. So I am up in Wisconsin for work, so I figured I would go hang out with some family in Beloit, the city where I was born, and I decided to play a quick little round of disc golf here at Hilliard Park. Apparently, this is Wisconsin's very first disc golf course ever created. Pretty old course here, and I am going to be playing with this stack of discs that I got from my uncle who used to play disc golf back in the day. So a lot of these are from the 80s, maybe some from like the early 90s as well when he was playing. I'll try to sort of go through these. I don't know what half of these are. Like, this is a putter. It's from Morley Field Disc Golf Course in San Diego. I don't see any markings to indicate what it is. It's got a huge gash in it though, up here, sort of punch through. This is what I'm going to be putting with. Should be interesting. He has two Discraft Eclipses, which I looked online. This is like a fairway driver. It's supposed to be a pretty like understable to neutral understable. All of these are PFN, pre-flight numbers. They don't have any flight numbers on these. Some of the newer ones are pretty interesting, you'll see. But these Discraft Eclipses, fairway drivers, 7 speeds that they feel like. This one's super warped, so should be interesting also. We're gonna have a lot of fun with these discs. I can't wait. We got some like newer ones. These are discs that I've heard of at least. So like we got an ESP crank. So this is what Discraft used to do back in the day. They just have how far to the left and how far to the right will it go. So this is, 1.3. I think that's sort of that last 5th number that they use. They're sort of like overall stability rating. So decently overstable. I haven't thrown a crank, but it feels like a distance driver. It seems like it's gonna be decently overstable, so we'll see. We have a Surge. Feels similar in the hand. You can see 1.7 to the left, so a little more overstable than that crank. This feels like a distance driver as well. I've heard of these, but I've never thrown them, so I don't know what these numbers are, what their numbers are now. Here's a disc though that I am familiar with. This one you can't see at all, but this is a titanium Avenger SS. So that'll be a disc that I'm comfortable with, at least I've thrown in the past, so I might lean heavily on this one, we'll see. And then there's this ancient thing. It's a Phenix, Discovering the World. This is from Champion Discs Inc. This is before the name Innova even was created. So this is from Innova, but it's like their original name, Champion Discs Inc. This feels really awkward. Look at this. It definitely feels like base plastic. It's super domey. It's so tall. Like, I don't know how well, if that's showing up at all. It's just very awkward. So the course here, 9-hole course, gonna be playing, see how well we shoot. Should be fun. Looks like a nice flat park style course. Just some trees to avoid here and there. No big obstacles. So we're gonna hit the course, see how we play. I'm really looking forward to trying these discs out. All right, hole 1 here, 242 feet par 3. You can see the basket. Basically, we just want to throw straight down through these 2 trees, fade a little bit to the left. I don't really have a mid-range, which is what I would normally throw here. So I think I'm gonna throw one of these Eclipses. I don't know which one yet though. We have this orange one, which is pretty warped. In one spot right here, it's really warped. There's like a big chip in it. This yellow one, just as warped, but no big gashes really. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. We're just gonna hang it out towards this tree. If I put a little hyzer on it, maybe see if it hyzer flips. We'll see. Okay, well I threw that into the ground. Just got off the plane, went to my grandma and uncle's house, picked up these discs that came here. That flipped a lot. Let's try the orange one too. Everyone knows you get 2 off the first, especially if you just traveled, Okay, that's gone. Way to the right. I got some distance. Dang. We'll play off of my first one. They're gonna be about the same distance either way. I'm going with this putter. I can't tell you what it is. I'm just gonna throw it. Try to get it close. Oh, that's so straight. Okay, little work to do there. Okay, well I gave myself a little 10-foot tester putt here with this random putter. Feels really awkward. It feels like premium plastic, but it's so weird feeling. All right, we still got it. Ooh, it's gonna be a rough one, I think. Hole 2, 322 feet par 4. Hopefully we get a birdie here. The basket is going to be past this little tree here, straight down, just sort of follow the fence line, way down there. Basically, we just want to get past all the trees. Don't go too far to the left over the fence. I'm going to be trying out the crank here. Like I said, I haven't thrown a crank before. This one feels like one of the newer discs of the group. This might be a 90s disc, not an 80s disc. It's got some stability. That was a perfect shot, honestly. I made it right through the gap, maybe a little low, but I mean, that's where I wanted to be, it was right there. Okay, so here we go, another little putter shot here. Try to go more direct at the basket. It's not gonna fade that much, it looked like. There we go. That's parked. Nice birdie. Hole 3, 227 feet par 3. The sign says the basket used to sort of follow this wood line to the left, but I think that's been changed. I think my uncle said a while ago they changed up a lot of the holes. This basket's straight ahead now, so we're gonna be going with the Eclipse. This would be a perfect mid-range shot, but I don't have any mid-ranges on me, so we're gonna go with this Eclipse again. Little hyzer flip. Oh, that's so flippy. Oof. I got annihilated by a tree down there. If only I didn't get smacked down. I think this was gonna be pretty close, but it's so hard to trust these discs. Got a long circle 2 putt here. Give it a little step. Oh God. Okay, well, getting a par, I guess. Yeah, these discs are so warped. I just can't like trust any of them, so I'm not like fully committing to any of my shots here. But it's definitely interesting to see like what discs were like back in the day. Hole 4, par 3, 254 feet. It's not this basket straight ahead, I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's a basket off to the left, sort of along the wood line, like I thought the original hole 3 was, but I'm gonna try to go through this bigger gap here in the middle, let it fade with something decently overstable. I'm gonna go with the Surge for that. Might be a decent choice, we'll see. Give it a try. This is supposed to be more overstable than that crank, and that crank did have some stability. Oh God, oh, that got so lucky. Oh, that wasn't where I wanted to go at all. What the heck? Okay, let's try the crank, but sort of go more direct. So that would be going down this left line here. So I'm sort of aiming for this middle tree, let it fade off of it, hopefully, towards the basket. We'll see. Probably won't work though. I'm probably gonna miss my line again, end up really deep in the woods. Well, I threw it straight into the ground, but it's working. Oh, big skip. That actually might be pretty good. We might play off that one. All right, ended up a bit short. Circle 2 putt here. Slightly obstructed by some weeds. Oh, let's go. That was a sick putt. Hole 5 is 304 feet. It says it's a par 4. You can see the basket maybe. It's pretty much right next to the fence line for the tennis court over there. The obvious play would just be to be a big turnover or forehand on this left side where it's wide open. But let's have a little fun. I'm gonna take the Surge here, try to go through this middle gap, let it fade back towards the basket a little bit. Hopefully we get a chip approach from there. Oh, I made the gap. Oh, that was a great throw. That might be a little jump putt for eagle over there. Let's try the crank. But this is what I meant to throw. What the heck? I wanted to throw the less overstable one. Oh. Okay, let's throw the crank. Try to do the same line and see how they compare. Well, made the gap again. They're similar for me. They're both probably too much disc for me, but I got some decent distance out of it. So the Surge and the crank, nearly identical distance. The Surge actually is in a better spot though. I have an actual like jump putt here. The crank was blocked by some trees. Can we get an eagle on a nice, easy, just over 300 foot par 4? Drop. Just a birdie. This is a pretty soft par 4. Hole 6, 274 feet par 3. Basket is just to the right of this big tree. It's right under the leaves there. So I'm trying to think of what discs I haven't gone and thrown yet. We're gonna try the Avenger SS here, titanium. Now, I had an Avenger SS and I was able to get it to flip a little bit, even with like when it was fresh out of the box. I'm worried that this is gonna flip a lot because of how old it is. Now, it doesn't look like this was used that much. It's definitely one of the better conditioned discs. So we'll see, I'll probably put a little hyzer on it, see if we can get it to flip up, carry straight for a while before fading into the basket. Oh, that had a nice flip. I should have thrown that more right. A little short, not bad. All right, well, you can see I'm gonna have some awkward footing here for this putt. Ugh. That doesn't help. Oh. I had just a little too much hyzer on that one. That's all right though, easy par tap in here. Oh, missing some of these chains are a bit broken. Good thing I didn't almost ace that and just spit out. Hole 7, 209 feet, par 3. The basket is sort of straight ahead on the way to the little pavilion that you can see in the distance. The obvious play here would be to go with something very overstable and high on the right side of this huge tree here, but we're not about the smart plays here. I'm just gonna go straight at it. We're gonna try out this Phenix, which just feels absolutely terrible in the hand. It is. This plastic feels super stiff. It feels like worse than DX plastic. I don't even know. It's just, hear that? This also looks like it's gonna be super understable. So I'm gonna go hyzer, try to hyzer flip straight down the line. It's only 200 feet, just over. It looks further, but let's see how this goes. I haven't got a clue. That has, I mean, it flipped to flat. Oh, that's actually pin high. I thought it was just gonna drop out of the sky. It did not look like it had much glide. It did not look like it wanted to stay in the air at all. I thought it was just gonna drop. But we got up there and it flipped, and then it had some stability with how much hyzer I put on it. Flipped up to flat, carried straight, and then just sort of crashed to the ground. Interesting. Edge of circle putt here coming up. Faded out pretty good, but we definitely got almost pin high, just a hair short still. Some chains broken on this one also. Hey, let's go. I thought that was gonna go in. I just feeling it. Surprisingly, this putter has decent glide. It stays in the air pretty nice. Don't have to super power it. All right, hole 8 is another really forgiving par 4. It's only 295 feet. You can see the basket straight ahead. Look at this gorgeous shot here. We got the leaves on the ground. The leaves in this tree are changing colors. Sunset, pretty sky. We're gonna crank the Avenger SS as hard as we can here. I'm actually gonna throw it relatively flat, let it naturally turn to the right a little bit, fade back to the basket. That's a jump putt for eagle right there. Nice open step putt here. Let's drain this one, shall we? Stay up. Oh, that was the line. Man, I was complaining at home how it's getting dark early at like 7:30, but it's like 6:30 right now and it's getting dark really quick. So sorry for everyone living up north. It's rough this time of year if you want to play disc golf after work. Getting tricky, and then the time change is coming. Last hole is hole 9, 230 feet, par 3, basket straight ahead back towards the road. Probably a nice easy mid-range or putter shot here, but we're gonna be going with one of these Eclipses, I think. I like the yellow one a little better. I might throw both. I might throw a few shots here. Let's get this Eclipse, a little hyzer flip action. Oh my God, that's so understable. Oh jeez. Okay, everyone knows you get 2 off the 9th. Go with the orange one. That is so flippy. Pin high, actually past the basket. Let's throw a couple others. What else we got? What else we want to throw here? You know what? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw this Phenix again, because this is like the most joke disc that I have. It's gonna go nowhere, but I also never really threw the putter. Putted with it. Let's just see how it flies on a throw as well, but we're gonna go with this Phenix first. It's got some bite back. Whoa, that's parked. That's a park job right there. Okay, let's see. How does this putter? I wish I knew what this was. Like, I don't know even who manufactured it. I don't see any engravings, so I haven't got a clue. If you've seen this stamp and you might have an idea what this putter is, let me know in the comments. Just really curious, really warped. Feels comfortable in the hand though. Beadless putter. Oh, that's flippy. That's flippy. That's just like those Eclipses, just with less distance. All right, first shot, way to the right. Way in like circle 3 here. Give it a run. Okay, that's going nowhere. Second Eclipse, I threw to the left, still panned way over to the right. Really interesting. I actually kind of like that understable flight. Try to put this in with the super beat up Eclipse here. Nope. It's all good. Everyone knows you get 3 off the 9th, right? And that's why I would get a birdie right here from the Phenix. No problem. Oh man, that was fun. These discs are, whew, they're something. That was a lot of fun playing an old course with some old discs. Course is actually pretty nice. Like, it's a pretty small park, and they actually use the space pretty well. Like, there aren't that many like crisscrossing fairways or anything that sometimes are a problem with park style courses. Pretty well laid out, interesting lines for some of them. Let's talk about these discs real quick. Not too much to say because, I mean, obviously I'm not bagging them, they're not mine. Obviously these newer Discraft discs were pretty solid. They actually fly pretty similar to what I would expect even if I were to buy them new today. I just really think it's interesting how they used to do the like flight ratings here with just how overstable it was, just with the stability number at the end. I did actually look up the flight numbers for the Surge and the Crank here. So the Surge is an 11 speed. It's basically a Wraith. And the Crank is like a 13 speed with like a -2 turn and 2 fade. So that's why this says it has less overstability than the Surge, because the rim of the Surge is just not as big. It's in a slower disc. I was able to get them about the same distances. Distance drivers really are not my thing. I don't really have the arm speed for them, but interesting to see like how these discs are still very similar to what you can get today. With these like old discs from the 80s, these Eclipses are actually pretty money. Obviously they're super understable and I just didn't expect them to be. I don't know why. I mean, they're super beat up and I think they're understable naturally even, but I really enjoyed using these. They are super fun, nice little easy hyzer flips, and even with putting a good bit of hyzer, still flipping over and turning to the right. I had a lot of fun playing with these two especially. This Phenix is ridiculous though. Like, obviously a really old Innova disc. They don't make it anymore. I don't even know if this would be PDGA legal. Like, it's a good deal bigger than like a standard disc golf disc, and it's like a good deal. Like, look how deep it is, like significantly deeper. This isn't really a great comparison. This just feels really awkward in the hands, but it is understable, but surprisingly it had a little more stability than those Eclipses. I was able to flip it up and it would pretty much flip to flat no matter where I was throwing it. Just carry straight, and then it had a little bit of a hyzer finish at the end also, which was really funny. So, interesting disc. It's so uncomfortable in the hand though, and this plastic just, oh, it's so stiff and hard, it just feels awkward. And then really, I have no clue what this putter is. I mean, the putter was fine. Didn't really throw it that much. It's got this huge gash in it. Super fun challenge. I really enjoyed playing with these old discs. That's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed watching this little challenge video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys. Cheers.